welcome back to another video. Today going to be talking a bit about Forza Horizon 5 after playing it since the 5th on my Xbox One S, so not on a Series X. A lot on streams but also in videos and quite a lot off camera. So overall I've put over 3 days worth of time into it and I've got 52% game completion. So I thought it was about time I put together a sort of overall look at the game, a sort of review if you like, but my honest sort of thoughts and opinions on Horizon 5 after playing it for the first couple of weeks that it's been out. So let's start with the more obvious stuff. It's a beautiful looking game, even on Xbox One. It's a stunning location, it's a larger map. It all sounds like it would make an excellent game before you've even played it, these kind of things. In many ways the map is better and far more varied than Horizon 4, which is a good start. There's a good story mode, including expeditions, which is much improved over Horizon 4, although I'm not personally that bothered about that. It's something a lot of people ask for. There's a lot of kind of things to do in the game. There's all the bonus boards to find, which are harder to get once you've found them than in previous games, which is nice to see. There's also improved customization, including new wide bodies, although we've lost Rocket Bunny. There are a lot more new and different kits in there. Not personally my sort of thing, but people are really into the customization and it's good that more of it's in there. There's brake caliper painting, which has been requested for years. Still no window stickers, similar sort of thing to the calipers. It's been requested for ages, but that's unfortunately not in there. One feature that I was really looking forward to after seeing some of the promotional stuff was the animated convertible tops, which is an excellent idea, although it's copied from old test drive games. But it's good to see it coming to the game, well, that's what I thought. But unfortunately, the way they've actually done it is there's only a 720S and a Portofino that have the actual animation. Some cars, Targa top cars, roofs go up and down on, but it's a bit limited. There's only 2 of them, and if you're online, the top being up and down and the animation does not sync with whoever you're online with, which is slightly unfortunate. So a great idea, and it's cool that it's there, but it doesn't really work quite as intended. Same goes for the race mode that can only be activated on the AMG 1. The Events Lab is a really cool new tool. I'm not interested in the games so much as just putting props in the route creator stuff, because I love playing with the route creator in Horizon 4. The only thing that was missing is the ability to place barriers. It does give lots of scope, but in my experience from playing around with it, they were a bit fiddly to play, well, very fiddly to place, and they have to be done as you go around, because if you do most of the circuit and then go back, you can't see the checkpoints. If you complete the circuit, you can't then edit it, which is really annoying, because I want to sort of test it, edit it, come back in a few weeks, play about with it, come back to it when I've kind of learned how to use the tools better. So it is a bit irritating. It's sort of there, and it's so close to being brilliant, but it's just too difficult to use, really, realistically for most people to use it. It takes a long time to make something, and then if it's slightly wrong, you have to start from scratch. So hopefully they'll add updates to that. I know they've said they will. Another small problem I've had personally on Xbox One is that the loading times are pretty dreadful. I originally tried to install it on an external hard drive, but it wouldn't even run from that, so it's now on the main Xbox, and yeah, it's not too bad, but it is slower than it should be. But given you can't get a Series X at all at the moment, really, I'm pleased it has released on this, because otherwise, well, I wouldn't be playing it, basically. So I'm pleased they've done it. It's just a little bit slow and a little bit annoying at times. It does struggle a bit. The online isn't working perfectly, but even on Horizon 4 it didn't. Pretty much through its whole lifespan, it was not reliable. So the main new problem in this seems to be in free roam, whoever you're with, their car will disappear. So occasionally you won't be able to see each other, which is a bit irritating, but it's quite a small thing that hopefully they will fix. And hopefully it will be more reliable than Horizon 4 going forward. Another complaint, I know it sounds like there's a lot of them, but these are all quite small things. There aren't many new cars. Okay, that is probably the biggest complaint. Fail did a video about it a little while ago, which I'll link if you want to go and look about it before the game came out on how few new cars were going to be coming. And yeah, it turns out there's a few more than that, but it's still a disappointing number. It's disappointing how few new cars there are, especially given they've removed loads, including the 2008 DBS, which I really like, and I'm really upset is gone. So hopefully that'll come back. Which, with Horizon 4, they added a lot of things back, pretending they were new exclusive vehicles not that long after, so maybe they'll do the same again. Maybe that's why they've removed things. It's a bit of a trick they do, take cars out of the previous game, give them back, pretend they're being generous. Yeah. I suppose for people who haven't played the previous game, they're happy to get new cars, but given we know it's just been missing for a while, yeah. Anyway, don't get me onto the car debate. That's probably a whole nother video. Another thing for me is, to start with, I felt like the handling was a bit odd. I've kind of got more used to it, but I still find the change from Horizon 4 to Horizon 5 a little bit odd. I'm sure in time I'll get used to it. It's kind of like on corner X that you can't quite carry the same speed without running slightly wide. It's hard to kind of explain where exactly it is or what exactly has changed, because in many ways it feels quite similar. It's just a little different. It's not worse, so if you're thinking, oh, I shouldn't get it, it's worse than 4, it's not necessarily worse handling, it's just slightly different and takes a little bit of adjusting, but it's still, for an open world racer, it's still pretty much the best handling out there, so definitely not a bad thing. One thing I do like about the new handling, though, is that if you don't have ABS on and you lock up, you physically can't turn at all, your car just goes straight on, which is a huge improvement over Horizon 4. It feels more realistic than it did on that game. So that is one element of the handling that I do prefer. Another small little thing is they released a game with the Goliath AFK money glitch thing, which they should really have checked, because now they're kind of trying to fix it and getting angry at people that have done it. I don't really know why people did it. It's kind of cheating your way through the game, but I understand. People want to get easy money on that. They don't necessarily have time to play as much as some. So I understand why people did it if it's there, but come on, Forza. You should have thought of that before. Similarly with the Willys Jeep and the Supra skill trees, where you can get a super spin for like 3 skill points. Those have been changed, and I believe the Goliath money method doesn't work anymore, and if you do it, you kind of get set back to the point before you did it or something. So they're trying to do something about it, and it sounds like they're going to be, at some point soon, starting to ban loads of people, so yeah, if it's still there, don't risk it, but yeah, it's one of those sort of things that they should have fixed before release. I feel like it's a bit of a theme with modern games, because they're all online. They think we can release it half finished, it's fine, we'll patch any problems, which is fine, but it means you get this new game and it doesn't entirely work yet. So yeah, in the old days you made a game and you couldn't update it, so they made it sure it worked when they released it. So I don't know, I feel like they just need to be a little bit more careful before release, making sure everything's ready, even if they delay it a week or something. But there we go. So yeah, although it does sound like a lot of bad points there, most of them are small compared to the major improvements over Horizon 4. Yes, it's an expensive game, especially for the Ultimate Edition, but it is worth it, because even with Horizon 4, for example, although I complain a lot about that game, and there was a lot of things wrong with it, I still feel like over its 3-year lifespan, I definitely got my money's worth. With the main map, the expansions, everything. And we'll get new cars, possibly recycled ones, but we will get new cars, we'll get 2 expansions, and more stuff included. And if it's going to be a 3 or maybe even 4-year lifespan, unless they go back to the 2, which I'd be slightly surprised by, over 3 years, the amount of time for me that I'm going to put into this, it's definitely worth the price. So yeah, if you put a lot of time into Horizon 4, you'll probably find you're putting a lot of time into Horizon 5. And if you enjoyed that game, then you will enjoy this. It's like a bigger, better, more varied version of that with more to do. But yeah, some things irritating, like they've brought Horizon Arcade in, pretending it's different to the whatchamacallit annoying thing. And anyway, the Forzathon Live thing from Horizon 4. There's things like that that are irritating, that small things that are irritating, but they're the same as 4, so I'm kind of not talking about them too much. But things like that, the annoying Horizon promo thing and the wall collisions in online racing, I've been told are still there. I haven't actually tried online racing yet. But anyway, like I say, there's a lot of small things like that that are wrong with it. But overall, it's just better. It's a bigger map. It's a better map. There's more different things to do. And really, we just needed a new place. Because Horizon 4, it was kind of fun to begin with. But we've been there for 3 years. So it was about time to move somewhere else. But yeah, I think the Mexico map was quite a good choice in the end, works really well. And yeah, overall, it is a really, really good game. So far, I've been really enjoying my time with it, and I'm sure I will continue to do so, well, throughout most of the life of the game. It has been really good. Yes, it has its problems that I've been over. The online's a little bit off. There's a few things that aren't perfect, so don't go buying it expecting it to have fixed everything that was a problem in Horizon 4 and not have any new problems. They're definitely in there, but overall it is, I think, a massive improvement. But there you go. That's what I think of Horizon 5 after playing for a couple of weeks, over 3 days in total, playtime 52% through, so I feel like I have a good idea of most of it. But yeah, do let me know if you've got Horizon 5, what do you enjoy most about it, or what have you found? Are there any other problems you think that I've missed out, maybe? Or if you're thinking about getting it, I think you probably should. Anyway, that is going to be all for today's video. If you did enjoy it or found it useful and you aren't already subscribed, please consider doing so. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching, and I will be back with the next video very soon.